Illegal migrants in Times Square. Oh, I'm sorry, asylum seekers seen beating two police officers. One source telling Fox they were in custody for 3 hours before being released back onto the streets again without bail. All of them young men, ages 19 to 24. One of them has also been accused of punching and biting a worker at Nordstrom Rack who caught this illegal shoplifting.
This isn't an isolated incident any way else look at it or spin it. Just last week, a border agent left bloodied after smugglers assaulted him at the border with rocks.
Back in the cities, reports of theft and sex work. These are criminals who are coming into this country. Pickpocketers, the latest thorn in the NYPD side. One officer telling the New York Post, quote, "Now we have to deal with people who arrive here with no means of support, no legal means of working or opportunity, so I don't see how this should come as a surprise to anyone."
Chicago, Boston, Denver, all overwhelmed by the influx of migrants, pushing the cities to the brink and shifting some of the burdens to the suburbs. Which brings us to our next story.
Denver Public Schools falling nearly $18 million short in funding for students as it sees more and more migrants enroll each week. The local hospital system not getting paid for $136 million worth of services, a large portion of that coming from, you guessed it, illegal migrants.
And soon the sanctuary city may be anything but a sanctuary.
Our city is very close to its breaking point now. We don't want to cut core city services, but right now we're in this dilemma where we can't get any help from the federal government on work authorization or on controlling entry or on the ability to actually provide resources to cities.
Let's bring in Denver radio host Ross Kaminsky. Ross, good to see you. Thanks for being with us. Just give us your reaction to what you're seeing in Denver with this illegal migration.
You know, it's really out of control. I don't say it as hyperbole. You know, Denver, it's funny, they never called themselves a sanctuary city, but they implemented every sanctuary city policy. And you know who knew it? The illegal aliens knew it. And Governor Abbott of Texas knew it. Like, well, just because you're not calling yourself a sanctuary city, you're still doing all of that. So why don't you have some of them? And, you know, we think of ourselves here as, I used to live in Chicago and New York. I know what big cities are like. Denver's a small city. We don't think of ourselves really in that ball game. And here we are getting, on a percentage basis, more illegal aliens than the other cities. And you showed some of those numbers. I think one other that's worth mentioning, the city of Denver itself is talking about having to spend 10 to 15% of its full city budget next year on services for illegal immigrants.
That's atrocious, Ross. It's atrocious for any town or city in this country. But is anything going to change in the way people vote, in the policies that enabled this to happen? Because, by the way, we saw these police officers getting beat up. A lot of the people they're letting across the border are criminals from Venezuela, Colombia. 3 of them pickpocketed in the West Village here in New York City over the weekend. Will anything change in terms of the way people vote in Denver?
You know, it's a great question. I mean, we've seen some change in voting even in places like San Francisco, which is even crazier than Denver. So I can't say no for sure, but I also won't say that I'm optimistic. And I think part of the problem is that Mayor Mike Johnston, who I really like, he's a smart guy, he's well-intended, but the left seems to keep coming with more magnets. And when you know, we're supposed to have a safety net in this country, but when you turn it into a hammock for people just to come lounge around in, right, that turns it really into an attractive thing. And you start putting in these things, hey, we're going to give you free housing and free this and free that, and we're setting up a nonprofit. There's a newcomers fund. It's privately funded, but the city is encouraging people to donate to it. And we're just doing these things. We're saying, you're welcome here. And I don't want to be mean. I'm not racist. I'm not hateful, but you're just not doing anything to change the incentive. So I don't see what's going to change.
You know, Ross, real quick, I know that there's so many people coming that there's tents and people in shelters, and so the city wants to move them out more quickly, and they want Joe Biden to give them work permits. But if you give 30,000 new people work permits, you very well are going to move them out of tents, but you're going to put lower income folks who live in Denver in tents because they're going to lose their jobs. This doesn't make any sense to me, looking out for migrants, but not for the people that actually are Americans and live in your city.
Well, this is straight to that incentive thing I was just talking about, Sean. I mean, if you say, all right, we're going to hire all of you, and in fact, the mayor is already, even without work permits, he's encouraging people to hire the illegal aliens. And I suppose as long as they're here, it's better that they're working than just, I mean, I don't know if you've seen this in the news. We have a whole new thing of squeegee guys in the streets in Denver because they don't have any other jobs and they're hanging out in the parking lots of Home Depot. And just to be clear, I'm not mad at the illegal aliens. They want a better life. I'm mad at the federal government that has invited them in, encouraged them to come, and is not doing anything to help us.
Ross, I don't like squeegee guys. I'm just going to tell you that right up front. They scratch your windows and prostitute you for cash. Ross Kaminsky,
I'm surprised you drive your own car, Sean.
That's right. Thanks,
That
Ross.
was from downtown, Ross Kaminsky. Thank you.
Ross.